Just try to stay positive, keep going every day. You can't really think about it. I mean, you have to acknowledge it's there, but I try not to make it a big deal.
Playing high school sports can be tough enough. What if you add cystic fibrosis to the mix? That's what that Reading High School baseball star is facing, but he is striking back and not letting it bother him.
At 9 on your side's Tom McKee has the story for us. He's live in Reading with the story of J.D. Vanover, who isn't letting anything hold him down. Tom?
Well, the man on the mound here for the Reading Blue Devils is J.D. Vanover, a senior with a good arm, a good bat, and a good glove. But he's got cystic fibrosis, which coats the lungs with a thick layer of mucus. There's no cure, only treatments that, in his case, seem to be working well. Reading's J.D. Vanover pitched Thursday against Madeira, and all he had on his mind were strikes and ground balls. He doesn't dwell at all on his cystic fibrosis.
I just try to stay positive, keep going every day. You can't really think about it. I mean, you have to acknowledge it's there, but I try not to make it a big deal.
Vanover's closest friends say his younger teammates didn't even know he had the disease until last week, and they took it in stride.
It obviously raised some concern, but they didn't actually go up to JD and ask because they'd probably feel uncomfortable doing so.
Vanover takes 16 different medications a day, and his buddies make sure that he doesn't miss any of them.
We have to tell him after he eats, before he eats, you taking your pills, you got everything down? And he's like, yep, I'm on it. I'm like, all right, you got to make sure about it.
Dr. Gary McPhail has treated Vanover at the Gunnar Esiason Lung and Cystic Fibrosis Center, set up in Children's Hospital by former Bengal Boomer Esiason. It's making a difference.
Back in the 1960s, patients on average died in early childhood, so under age 10. And you know, patients now live multiple decades into adulthood, and some have a normal lifespan as well.
Now with medications, therapy, and plenty of sports, Vanover is thriving.
JD is a competitive athlete. He exercises all the time. He stays healthy every day. His priority has been to maintain his weight and to maintain his lung function and to play baseball.
Blue Devils baseball coach Pete Muhlenkamp says Vanover motivates others by staying positive, doing what he has to do, and never complaining.
He handles himself pretty well. He does. There's some times where I notice he's short of breath, but that's about it. Otherwise, you would never know.
You'll have times when it's not smooth or you feel the mucus, but I mean, you just got to keep going and just know you can get better.
Well, JD's post-graduation plans are to study to be an aircraft technician, but what he really wants to do, he wants to meet Gunnar Esiason to swap stories about treatments and how they've coped and that sort of thing. 9 on your side is working to try to see if that will happen. In the 5th inning here in Reading, it's Reading 1, Madeira nothing, and the only game's run is a home run by JD. Of course it is. Tom McKee, 9 on your side, live in Reading.
Wow.